Hey guys, Patrick here. Today we have an action-packed class for you full of information. We're going to talk about hot tools. We're going to talk about everything hot. We're going to be doing reverse round brush. I'm going to show you guys how to smooth hair out using your round brush and your blow dryer only. Then we're going to turn around and do a nice press on it. And we're also going to do Marcel's heat tools. We're going to use the old school Marcel iron, the stove and the iron. I'm going to show you guys how to use that, which is super cool. Really good technique to do a hard press on. We're also going to do spiral curls. I'm going to show you guys how to use your Marcel iron and use it as a tool to do spiral curls. And then we're also going to smooth more hair. We have an action-packed, super fun day. It's going to get hot in here because we're going to be using all our hot tools. I want you guys to get geared up and get ready to learn. Hi guys, Patrick from Paul Mitchell School, San Antonio, and I'm going to go over some information regarding reverse round brush and thermal iron smoothing. Today, let's first talk about the reason why we do reverse round brush. Reverse round brush is very good for all hair types, especially those with wavy, curly, or extra curly hair. So we do know that with wavy, curly, and extra curly hair, that the formation, sometimes it's harder to break that curl pattern, just so we can get the hair a lot smoother. Most of the work is always going to be in the round brush as opposed to the smoothing surface. So you want to look at your smoothing surface more of as a polish as opposed to the muscle. The muscle today is going to be in your round brush surface. That's how it always is whenever you go to straighten someone's hair, that the muscle is going to be in your blow dry. And then once you get the hair as smooth as possible with your blow dry, you polish it with the smoothing iron. You're putting direct heat right on the hair with your blow dry, and then even more so with your smoothing iron. You want to use as less heat as possible directly on the hair whenever you use your smoothing iron, so that way you can do a single pass and no more than 2 passes when smoothing the hair. So right now we have Naomi. She has a really nice curl formation. It's more of a wavy pattern in her hair, and if you have someone who has curly hair or extra curly hair, we may take smaller sections than we would with Naomi, but nonetheless we can still do a reverse round brush on that person. The round brush is really important that you use. This round brush has an aluminum base. It also has like thousands of bristles on it, and you can see the holes clearly for ventilation. These holes will help you ventilate the hair. The heat is going to go directly through the round brush. The bristles are going to catch the hair and put the tension on the hair and hold the hair really close. And my blow dryer is going to do the work of a blow dryer, obviously heat and warm up the hair to make it more pliable. And as the hair cools, it's going to cool in a much straighter form as opposed to this wavy texture that we have here. So first things first, we are going to section our hair in 5 equal sections. And it's just like the round brush system. We're going to go into our first 5 sections. So my first one's going to go from apex to the mastoid process, and I'm going to comb this hair, gather it in my non-dominant hand. I'm going just to turn the hair over and clip it. I don't want to Zulu knot the hair, simply because if I were to Zulu knot the hair, I'm going to create an obstacle with the hair being turned and twisted that I'm going to have to release as I round brush. So I don't want to create more work for myself. So this is section 1. I'm going to go ahead straight and do section 5. Section 5 is going to be on the opposite side of the head from the apex to the mastoid. We're going to bend the hair upwards and clip again. Section 2, 3, and 4 is just going to divide this into 3 equal sections. So we're going to do that now. It's kind of like 3 equal pie sections starting from the apex. This is section 2. When I comb the hair, what I'm looking for is tangles. I'm making sure that the hair is completely detangled while I section it off and fold it away. One, two. This is my section 3. And now 4. Oops. When dealing with curly hair and extra curly hair especially, you want to make sure there's no mats, no tangles before you go in with the round brush, because if so, you're going to create more tension on the hair, and which could result to breakage, especially with pulling with those bristles so tightly close together. And along that with heat, you can add more breakage to the hair, because the hair at that point is more vulnerable. We know that the hair is at its weakest state when it's wet, so you really want to be gentle when detangling the hair. Always start from the bottom and work your way up with a wide tooth comb. Her hair is not really in a state where we have to do too much detangling. It's already prepped with Super Skinny, so she's ready for a blow dry. The Super Skinny serum is going to help us because it has that silicone layer. It's going to give us the slippage that we need to get through the hair really easy. It's also going to help reduce the frizz amount that we're going to have throughout the hair. I do want to remind you, even though we are doing a round brush service, it will have some degree of frizz because the hair just may poof up just a little bit, but we're going to smooth that with our polishing when we do our smoothing service. I'm going to start about an inch above the ear, and every section that I take from here on out is only going to be about an inch, because what we're trying to do is eliminate this wave that we have in the hair. So I'm going to anchor my round brush right at the base, and I'm going to use my thumb for support, and then I'm going to take my blow dryer and I'm going to have it right above my round brush, and I'm going to smooth the hair all the way down, keeping the tension really tight here all the way down to the bottom of the hair, and then I'll release. I'm going to do that until the curl is gone. I'm going to have to speak now because when I turn my blow dryer on, I won't be able to use my mic. So again, I'm going to take my blow dryer, anchor it at the base, use my thumb for support. What you don't want to do is blow dry your thumb because it's going to burn, but you want to make sure that your blow dry concentrator is just above this space area here, even as you glide down and all your heat is going in one direction, making sure that this hair is warming up, and then when you get to the very bottom, you release. We're going to do that through panel 1, and then we're going to take it all the way to panel 5. Alright guys, before we get started, I want to talk a little bit about the Paul Mitchell Soft Style Spray. This is from the original line. I absolutely love this spray for styling, especially for ironwork, because it gives a flexible hold. It doesn't make you commit to a style until you use a finishing spray, a nice hold finishing spray. But because we're doing a soft style, like smoothing out hair, we don't necessarily need a finishing spray unless like you're trying to use a humidity block or something that's humidity resistant to keep the moisture from coming in and making the hair poof out. But right now, I'm going to use this soft style spray. I'm going to spray it per panel before I get started, and then we're going to just smooth out the hair and go from there. So I'm going to release the hair, and I'm going to actually spray in that panel, my style spray, just a little bit. I'm going to comb through the panel so I can evenly distribute my product. And I'm going to only start about an inch above her ear. I'm going to fold the hair up and clip it away. Using my smoothing iron is set on 360. I'm going to start right here at the base and smooth the hair straight down. What I notice, a lot of people in the salons, they like to clamp the hair to make sure that they got it. Unfortunately, it sounds very unprofessional. It just sounds like you don't know what you're doing, so please don't do that, especially right here by a guest ear. When you clamping, it makes them kind of terrified whenever you do that. So that's really important to make sure that you're not doing that. You really just want to get in there, clamp the hair. The work was done for you in the blow dry, so you don't have to put a lot of pressure on smoothing the hair. So you can clearly see the difference between this hair that's smooth and the hair that's not smooth. The way you get the perfect smoothing service is you want to make sure that your first panel or the first subsection that you pull down and you smooth is going to be perfection. So don't move away from that section until you're ready to, because you know that one's perfect. This second section should mirror the first section. You see how this all looks like one section at this point because they both look identical. My third section should mirror my second section. So I'm going to give it a nice comb through once, making sure that there's no product buildup and there's no tangles in the hair. And then I'm going to smooth from the base to the end. I'm giving this hair a slight bevel, and I'm going to let the hair cool. I'm not going to comb through the hair or overly comb the hair or give it too many passes, because the hair doesn't need that. It's not necessary. So I just picked up this hair with my comb and I left this hair behind. I can tell that this hair hasn't been heated because it definitely doesn't look like the hair underneath. So I'm going to pick up this hair and it's ready to be smooth. That's how you know, because the hair's just literally going to sit on top. I'm going to give this a little bit more of a bevel. And I'm almost complete this panel. And if your hair sticks out, because we use the round brush, so it may have a bevel already. See how this hair is kind of sticking out? Sometimes it may even flip the opposite way. That's okay. When you use your smoothing iron, it's still going to give it the look that you want it to look, because you're forcing the hair to go the way you want it to go. Before we move on to our next panel, I'm going to comb this panel through because the majority of hair have already cooled down. So I want to make sure that this hair is giving me the look that I'm going for. Also, right now, this guest will be facing the mirror. And since she's facing the mirror, I want to give her something to look at while I go around to the back of her hair, making sure that the rest of her hair looks the way I want it to look. So let's move on to panel 2. And I'm going to follow these same steps throughout the head. Alright guys, now it's time for our activity. We are going to build a mood board based off of thermal hairstyling and smoothing. So I would like for you to go to Pinterest. You can download the app or you can go on the app on your phone or on your iPad. After you create your mood board, I would like for you to take a picture of it and turn it in for your activity. I am going to look up on my mood board smooth hairstyles, and I am going to build a mood board with you. And we're going to pin these and create a new board, and that way you guys can have some type of inspiration for your lookbook, for your mood board. Making a mood board is really fun. It's always good to have something for some type of inspiration or something to look forward to, whether if it's a goal or something that you have in mind that you want to accomplish. It could be like a roadmap for something that you want to do or construct yourself. But in this case, because we're building a mood board based upon smooth hairstyles, this would be something that you can always refer back to when forget is in your chair. Whether if it's highlights or color or how it's going to lay as an end result. This is something that you can have, or even something that you aspire to achieve as far as in your personal lookbooks. A mood board would be good to have. So that's why we're going to build this mood board today. I hope you guys are having fun looking for different photos and adding and creating a different mood board. I would love to know, like, what do you call your mood board for smooth hairstyles? What names are you using, and what looks are you adding to them? I hope you guys are still having fun creating this mood board. As you can see, even in my mood board, I had to edit and take some things away because some things just don't belong, even though they're beautiful and they are good looks, but sometimes they don't fit into those categories. So it's okay to edit. Even in the future, if you decide to go back and edit some things out for your mood board that you no longer want on the mood board, that's something that you can look forward to doing and something that you probably should always do, just taking things in and out that don't belong anymore to perfect your mood board. Now, in my lookbook, I definitely like to add variety, so I'm going to add some color. I want to add some straight hair with highlights. I want to add some with a little bit of bevel on the end. I like to add some of my styles to have a lot of variety, because even behind the chair, I like to encourage my guests to have variety inside of their hairstyles. And then things I like to complete, I like to do those things that that inspire me too. So I always look for pictures for inspiration that are unique or just stands out even to my own eye. The customers that are like you are the ones that you're going to attract. So the type of hair that you like, a lot of times they like to go with your professional opinion and stick with that. So those are the things that I'm going to add in my lookbook today. So I'm going to look up different types of hair, smooth of course, but I want to make sure that the hair is nice and manageable. So right now I'm looking up hard press to see if somebody have like extra curly or like a nice thick texture, and something that can be smoothed out to a nice end result. All right, I'm really enjoying this activity with the lookbook. Smoothing hair is fun for me. It's something I always enjoy doing, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. I hope you enjoyed making this lookbook and making this activity with me. This is super fun, and I hope you guys had fun doing it as well. Are you guys putting cool, fun things into your lookbook? Are you renaming them? Are you being inspired by things that you see already, or things that you want to do? Any photo opportunities that you want to take? Here, I'm adding clips because these are part of the tools that I want to use. So I like to have things like that in my lookbook, not just, the hair itself, but also like the tools, the blow dryer, the clips, the things that it's going to take to create this look and to accomplish it. So all of these things matter in your vision board or your lookbook. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up in just a couple minutes. I just want to make sure that you guys are having fun with this. Creating a lookbook is always fun. It gives you ideas for inspiration. It helps motivate you. Even if you have something that you want to look back on and be like, oh, I remember when I wanted to create this type of thing, or I want to enter this type of contest and I need something to inspire me. A lookbook is always great for that. The inspiration could be there for you. You want to make sure that you always have something to look back on, even if it's a goal that you want to make or create or recreate a style that inspires you, or even show a guest something that you love, something that it's a go-to for their hair journey. But this is always great to create something, even something you can call your own. So Pinterest is a great way to do that. It's an excellent tool and resource. So I'm glad you guys chose to do this with me. I hope you guys have an excellent time creating your lookbook.